Guys, today we're going to take a look at potassium permanganate. This is a potassium salt that is used in a lot of different industries. Been around since 1650, and in 1857 Henry Bowman Condy found some disinfectant properties in this material, which is still being used today. Now we're going to take a look at three specific survival uses, and while this is really a very versatile item, you need to be careful when using potassium permanganate. But in an SHTF situation, this can really come in handy. All right, guys, we have 4 glasses of water, and I'm going to show you just using this as the clear sample. We're going to go with water purification. We're going to go with wound treatment and antiseptic. Then we're going to go with a signaling, which to me is very limited, but it is a possibility. Now we have this really small spoon, and I mean it is tiny, because you need a very small amount. Now there are a couple of things to consider about potassium permanganate. This is actually the chemical compound KMnO4. This is 8 ounces. You can get different sizes. This is 98.3% pure, and it's reagent grade, which means this is used for scientific testing. So as it says, industrial and scientific. Here on the side it says strong oxidizer causes burns. So again, guys, you want to be careful with this. Just like when you breathe it in with the fire starting, you got to be very careful. And there's just a little bit of information. You can go to Loud Wolf website, and they have a lot of safety data there. I'll go ahead and open it up. This is a small little granular. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit out just for you to take a look at. But you can see it's very tiny little granulates. And you want to use very little. In fact, you only need to use 50 milligrams for treating water. Now you can see right here we have a very little amount. I mean, this is small. You'd rather go small than to put too much in here. Because again, guys, this can cause a lot of problems if you use too much. Now we're going to go ahead and dump in just the little bit we have. You can see it immediately starts to turn the water pink. But it's just a little bit of a light color. Now that little bit made it this color. So this is probably on the maximum that you want to do. One thing about potassium permanganate is that it is odorless, and it has just a little bit of a sweet taste to it. And guys, you can see here outdoors, this kind of changes things a little bit. It does have just a very light pink to it. No odor whatsoever. It does give a little bit of a sweet taste to it. It's almost imperceivable. Now guys, this stuff will stain your clothes. It'll stain any kind of organic material. This time we're using a little bit more, and this is going to be for wound treatment, 300 milligrams for 1 liter of water. Again, guys, you want to make sure that this is completely dissolved before you use it. This can stain your skin. So this is about the color you would use for an antiseptic. This is the color you'd use for water purification, maybe even a little bit lighter. Municipal water treatment facilities use this to get rid of iron and hydrogen sulfide, which has that kind of a rotten egg smell to the water, and this is what they use. Next, we're going to go with the signaling. Try to get a whole spoonful this time. And guys, this is a little bitty spoon. All right, here you can see the real dark color. Again, this would be very limited. I mean, if you're going to use this for some kind of signaling, but even this color is so unnatural, you could probably make an SOS or something like that with using this, and it would at least draw some attention. Guys, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. This is just a demonstration on how this reacts with water. And so to give you just a general idea, again, I would probably go a little bit lighter with this, and you saw how much I put in. It wasn't much. But 50 milligrams per liter is what you need. And guys, this is 227 grams. So you've got quite a bit of capability with this little bottle. Look on eBay or Amazon and you can get it there. One thing too that the antiseptic does, it really treats fungal infections, which is really big, especially with athlete's foot. Different kind of infections, topical, even some kind of skin infection or skin rashes. This will definitely help. But do not put this color on your body, because this can be somewhat caustic. While potassium permanganate is not flammable in itself, you can mix it with glycerin or brake fluid or antifreeze. Anything that you can that has glycerin in it. So what we're going to do is just pour out potassium permanganate. I'm going to create a small little cavity here so the fluid doesn't just go everywhere. I'm just going to pour a little bit of the brake fluid. Then we're just going to mix it up. Woo! I want to get this out of the way. As you can see, this really causes a pretty incredible fire. You still have the hot coals that you can use, and that got a little bit out of hand. That was fun. Let's do that again. One of the things about the fire starting is that you have something that you can light without any kind of friction. You're not having to strike a fire steel. You're not having to light a lighter. If you don't have those things, you know, you can get your antifreeze out of your vehicle, brake fluid, and be able to use it. So it kind of gives you a backup for fire starting. Now guys, I'm not a scientist nor a doctor, but this has been used since 1857 for medical uses and water treatment. So it definitely has a long track record. But you definitely need to be careful. Again, do your research before you use this, especially in larger doses. But guys, really with the uses that this has, especially again in a grid down SHTF situation, this could be really invaluable. But it just gives you another tool for your toolbox of survival. Be strong, be of good courage.